What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you guys and girls today is my review for Yelawolf's second studio album, Love Story. I've been a fan of Yelawolf since I first heard his song Pop the Trunk, and while I felt that his debut album Radioactive was a little bit of a disappointment, it still had some good tracks on it. I just thought that Yelawolf could deliver a much better album than that, and with Love Story, that's exactly what he did. On the track Change, he spits about how hard he worked to perfect his craft, and on the guitar-laden single, Whiskey in a Bottle, he openly expresses his frustration with how his debut album was put together and received. I also like how he refers to himself as Whiskey in a Bottle on this song, as if to say that he's only getting better with age. At least that's the way that I took it. Now, there is a lot of country music influence all over this album, and while I'm generally not a big fan of country music, I really like how Yelawolf mixed it with hip-hop on here. And even though he's not the first person to do it, because there's guys like Kid Rock and Bubba Sparxxx out there, I think he just did a tremendous job of bridging the gap here. And some people might even want to start listening to country music after this album. Fiddle Me This sounds like a porch jam session, and it kind of reminds me of The Devil Went Down to Georgia because of the frantic fiddles and percussion. And speaking of the devil, Devil in My Veins comes across as one of those really slow and sad country songs that a person would drink to all by themselves. On that one, Yelawolf spits about struggling with himself and also with his faith, and faith is a reoccurring theme on this album. On the song Disappear, Yelawolf shares his pain and reaches out to God, referring to him as Daddy. And on the single Best Friend, Yelawolf and Eminem speak to the Holy Trinity over some piano production. Eminem is actually the only feature on this entire album, and while he starts his verse off calmly, he eventually kicks it into high gear and gets aggressive. And while these religious tracks aren't awful by any means, if you're not a religious person yourself, I doubt you're really going to feel this content too much. Just because you won't be able to relate to it, really. Now, another one of the singles on this album is called American You, and to me, this sounds like something from out of a truck commercial. When I hear this song, I can just picture a guy in a cowboy hat and tight jeans, leaning up against his pickup truck with a piece of straw hanging out of his mouth. I'm talking about America, son. No, fuck that. We're not talking about America. We're talking about America. They took care there. On this one, Yelawolf spits and sings about the average American and trying to achieve those modest dreams. And all jokes aside, this is actually a pretty cool song, and I think that it will have a lot of mainstream appeal as well as crossover appeal. Then, on the song Have a Great Flight, Yelawolf sings very softly over some strings, and apparently this one is a dedication to his great-grandmother. And I gotta say, I think that Yelawolf's singing throughout this album sounds really good. He holds his notes well, and the way that he delivers is very catchy, like on the song Ball and Chain, where he drops his vocals over some acoustic guitar. Unfortunately, this one is just an interlude, so it's short, but I wish it was longer, because that song, along with Have a Great Flight and Till It's Gone, are my three favorites on this album. And if you want to know what I think about Till It's Gone, just check out the review that I did for the Shady 15 album, because I went into quite a bit of detail about that song in that one. But back to Love Story. There are also some more traditional sounding hip-hop tracks on this album. Heartbreak has Yelawolf rapping about providing for his family and dealing with some baby mama drama. And it transitions very nicely into the next song, Tennessee Love, which was on his Trunk Music Returns mixtape. Tennessee Love is a dedication to his fiancée, recording artist Fifi Dobson, and the whole vibe of this song really reminds me of his old track, Love Is Not Enough. And speaking of love, what would a Yelawolf album be without another installment of Box Chevy? This time around, Yelawolf hits us up with Box Chevy 5, where he shows love to his Chevy over some twinkling synth production from Super Hot Beats. And this song was actually the first single from the album. So to wrap things up here, I think that this album will be one of the top 10 hip-hop releases of 2015. It's just such a great blend of hip-hop music and country music, and it really seems that Yelawolf has found himself on this project. It is a bit long though, so at times it drags on, and the countrified sound might not be for everybody. Still though, I think it's a great album, and I give it a 4 out of 5. I just think that if he shaved 3 or 4 tracks off of here, it would have been a bit more cohesive. But hey, he just wanted to give us some more songs, so I guess I shouldn't really complain about that. But as usual, hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think about this album, and do all that other good YouTube and social media stuff, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. That's the one that helps me out the most. We're heading up to 4,000 and then 5,000 and beyond, so thank you very much for supporting you guys. I'll see you next time.